And we're back with our Ask the Expert segment today. We have Brenda Hollingsworth in with us, a personal injury lawyer with Auger Hollingsworth. There's the information on your screen for how you can get your questions to her right now, right here, live on the air. You can give us a call, send us an email, or message us on Facebook, or tweet us. So, Brenda, let's talk about why July and August are the #1 months for serious motor vehicle collisions. This sounds pretty serious.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's very counterintuitive. In a snowy place like Eastern Ontario, we would sort of expect that the blizzardy months would be the ones where we see the most accidents. And maybe by number, that's true that the most fender benders or sort of medium level accidents are in the winter. But by far, the most serious accidents happen in July and August. So the ones that result typically in what we call catastrophic injuries. And, you know, that's also true across the United States. So it's not just sort of a freakish thing for Ontario. So, you know, our theories are, more people on road trips. Better weather conditions mean we tend to put our foot on the gas a little heavier because there's definitely a correlation between speed and the severity of the accident. Maybe more distractions. Maybe people are driving later. It's hard to know the exact reason, but it is definitely true that some of the most tragic accidents that we've had have been July and August accidents. So it's something you want to keep in mind if you head out on the road this summer.
So what do we need to know then in terms of insurance and keeping ourselves safe and protected?
So in Ontario, fortunately, and I guess we're mostly going to be staying in Ontario this summer, fortunately, insurance is mandatory. There's a minimum of $200,000, but most Ontario insurance companies won't sell you $200,000. Most Ontarians have $1 million. Now, I'm going to tell you that's been true for the 23 years that I've been practicing law, that most Ontarians have $1 million. If you think about inflation, if you think about how incomes have gone up, really you have to ask yourself if $1 million is enough. I tell people, in my family, we have 5 million, just because I know what can happen. If you're in a serious accident, if you've got teenagers driving your cars, inexperienced drivers, anything can happen. So I recommend that if you can possibly afford 2 million, you go for it. The incremental difference isn't that big. And that if you can get some of the upgrades on your accident benefit coverage so that you have enough, especially if you don't have disability insurance through work or extended benefits through work, look into the cost of some of the upgrades because they really aren't that expensive relative to what you would need if you had a big accident.
Can you do those upgrades at any time?
Yes, you don't have to wait till policy renewal. If you call your insurance company and say, I want to talk about increasing my policy limits or increasing my accident benefits, they'll be quite happy to help you. And, remember that if your liability increases, so if you increase from $1 million to 2 million and you're in a serious accident where you're not at fault and the driver who hit you only has $1 million, you get the benefit of your $2 million policy. It steps in and tops up the other insurance company's policy.
Wow.
So it's really great. Yeah, that's called the family protection endorsement. Really important.
So it's not only protecting yourself if your insurance has to then cover someone else's needs should you be at fault, but also your own if the person you're in that collision with doesn't have enough insurance. So that's really good to know.
That's right. Really important.
Yeah, good information. Okay, Brenda's not going anywhere. She's staying with us. We have all the lines open, and you can send us an email as well. 613-789-6559, extension 2803. Ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. If you have any questions, give us a call. We're going to talk cottages next.